Welcome again now, dear friends, to the weekend edition of Fresh Bread. Reverend Phil Anderson here with you, pastor of Oakland United Methodist Church and Kansas Avenue United Methodist Church here in the capital city of Topeka, Kansas, good old T-Town. And just, again, thank you for being with us this week. I've been out taking a walk when I've been recording this. It's just been like we're standing here. The only thing is I'm not hearing from you, and I wish I was. But when you hear these, let me know that you're listening. If you have any thoughts or comments or things to add, you can always call me or text me. I will reply at some point. Now, I may not hear that phone ring right away because a lot of times I have the ringer turned off because I'm in meetings or I'm doing different things, or if I'm driving, I don't pick it up. But my number is 785-224-6432. Again, 785-224-6432. Texting is always the best way. Send me a text and I'll give you a call back, or we'll visit via text. I'm happy to do that. I want to wrap this week of discussions. It's kind of been a wide-ranging week, hasn't it? We've talked about revivals. We've talked about things going on in the bigger church and in our local church. We've talked about reaching out to our neighbors. We've talked about the movies that are being produced. We're talked about even our chili feed and our vegetable supper as ways to reach out to the neighborhood. And again, thank you to everybody in this church, at both churches really, for all that you do. I want to wrap this up today, and I really hope people will listen to this one today, because this really has to do with both churches. So I want to put out a plea, and here it goes. So are you ready? It would be really easy to get the whole congregation excited about taking a mission trip somewhere, whether it's here in the United States or overseas or in another country. And just had a quick interruption here, visiting with a friend of mine here in the neighborhood. Well, we want to invite the folks from Kansas Avenue, especially. So we had 60 people at Kansas Avenue, including a number of children this past Sunday, February 12th. Oakland had around a dozen, give or take, but I think it was maybe 12, 13. Okay, so here's what I'm proposing. I would like the churches to prop up each other in programs. And this is going to probably be more true for Kansas Avenue coming over and helping out at Oakland. So that when we do a movie night or a neighborhood meal, that we have all hands on deck. Those who will help us from Oakland, hopefully, will be there. And I don't mean to do this on a one-time basis and say, well, it didn't work, we're done. We need to commit to whatever it is we're going to do. And my thought is at least 3 months, maybe Saturday nights, straight through, until people see you consistently. They're not going to pay you much regard. When they see you out consistently, you're going to have an impact. You're going to start getting relationships. But people, by and large, they've seen it all before. They're not interested in people who say they're going to be there one day and then they're gone the next, or they're going to do this and it doesn't happen. I don't want to talk about what we're going to do. I just want to do it. And so to do some of these things, we will need some really good organization up front, and we will need people willing to step up and help. And I want folks to say that the bridge over from Kansas Avenue, from North Topeka to Oakland, I want you to look at that as you're going into another mission field, into another country, because your help is desperately needed. Your help will help this church maybe get back up on its feet again, where we can actually have enough people to be viable in terms of programs and services that we can offer to our neighbors. It is very difficult. People are doing all they can at Oakland. Believe me, I take my hat off to them. There are some that are just almost wearing themselves to a frazzle. There are so few trying to do so much to keep a church going. And I often say, am I doing all I can do? And I'm sure I could do more. But I do know one thing, friends. I can't do it all. Nor could any pastor. Whether that pastor was full-time and worked 168 hours a week, that person even could not do it all. We need help. And I will be coming to you for that help in the coming weeks and months. At the same time, we're going to be doing things at Kansas Avenue. I'm not trying to wear you out, but I want to see us do what we can. Remember the old saying I heard a while back, I love it. Don't do more than you can. Don't do less than you can. Just do all that you can. And we'll try to get as many people on board to help us out so nobody gets burned out and worn out. Well, friends, hope to see you in church tomorrow. Thanks for being with me this week for Fresh Bread. Have a wonderful day, and God richly bless you is my prayer.